Morning lovelies, how you all doing? All tickety-boo, I hope. I thought you might be interested in my weird low-carb breakfast. Mozzarella strand. This is a piece of cheddar, this is a piece of feta, smothered with that lovely wild garlic pesto. I know it looks really weird, but I like eating weird foods for breakfast. Ask Johnny. It's a thing. So I'm going to scoff that. I've just had a coffee. It's like 9:45. The video is up and published for the day, which is really good. That is the bonus of not actually recording much footage in a day, is the editing is dead quick. So, guess who that is? There she is. Have you all seen that video where a guy sets up a camera and like water sprayers and he shoots all the neighbours' cats with water and he films it overnight? It's the funniest thing. I'll leave a link to it below. I think there's been a few of them. But he names the cats, like there's Greeny Laser Eyes and I don't know, Orange Tippy Toes or whatever. We've decided that her new name is Blackie White Whisker because look at that pretty little whisker. So this is her new nickname, Blackie White Whisker. No? Really? No? Let me go and devour my delicious breakfast and I'll catch up with you guys in a mo. So now I've sifted all the big stuff out of that lovely manure compost. I'm going to mix some perlite in with it. Now in an ideal world this would be vermiculite. I don't have any of that. I've got perlite. As my mother always says, it's got 1 or 2 chances. And we're going for about a 50-50 mix. That's to mimic the soil that you would find in the desert. Apparently you don't want to be using full-on compost because it's too rich for aloe veras. They need something that's really well drained. So I'm hopeful that that will do the job. All right, so let's have a look. So this big one, that's the main plant. So I need to take that out, but I also need to break off all these little babies that it's had and repot them up. And I've brought out a little kitchen knife because I know that that's going to be clean, whereas any of my garden tools might not be so clean. Oh, this feels really vicious doing this. I'm sorry, plants, I'm sorry. And you need to make sure that each baby has some kind of root. So there's a perfect example. Lots of root, nice healthy looking little baby. Now that one I'll put to one side. That might be enough root to keep going, but if I run out of compost or pots, then that's the one that I would sacrifice and not pot. Now I'm taking all these babies off by cutting them away, but obviously I don't want Mama plant to lose all of her roots, and because I've got lots of healthy little ones here, I'd rather sacrifice these babies and keep Mother nice and healthy. So, oh, there we go. So that's perfect. That's a superb amount of roots for the main plant, and the 2 other little ones have come away with a lot as well. Magic. 7. So the mother plant I'm going to put back in the same pot because I really like having this on my windowsill. So she's sorted. So I need to go and find 2, 4, 6, 8 pots and then see how we get on. So the word on the street, well, at least on Google, is that these guys shouldn't be watered for 3 or 4 days just so they can settle into their new environments. So I'm going to put them on this tray and go and stick them on my kitchen counter out of direct sunlight, and hopefully most of them, or maybe even all of them, will survive. Fingers crossed. I have previously been likened to the Myra Hindley of the indoor plant world, so please don't hold your breath. This is Mum's seed planning department. I'm not going to touch anything because then she'll have to go and disinfect it all. But so every month she goes through and she fills up what she's got to sow in week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. Isn't that brilliant? Very clever, Mum. Oh, she's grinning like a little Cheshire cow. She's hiding from you. Mummy, have you gone shy? Mum wanted me to show you her lawn. Look, she's got all these sweet little violets in her lawn and it is very cute. Look at them all. Isn't that pretty? Bless her. Right, we are going out in the car again. So buckle up, boys and girls. So we're off out in the car again. I know, right? Twice in 2 days. But we're going to the farm supply store. We're going to a place called Mole Valley. It's where I get all my chicken feed from. I have a few bags of chicken feed left. I'm just a little bit anxious knowing how much these girls are getting through. I just would feel safer if we had a few more bags stocked up. All right, I'm here at Mole Valley. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do any filming in there, but I will take the phone in just in case. But it does look like there's a little queue, and so perhaps it might be 1 in 1 out policy again. So they're asking you to put your receipt, your collection note, underneath your windscreen wiper, and then they'll go and collect the feed and pop it into the car like the guy in front. So I managed to get 8 bags of layers pellets, which should last a couple of months, hopefully. Although, like I say, those girls are hungry. Currently I'm parked up at my friend's beautiful woodland. I'm on the way home from the animal feed store, so I don't think I'm breaking any laws, and I'm parked on private property, so I think I'm fine. But across the road from here, she's got the most amazing wild garlic, or ramsons. We don't have any of that grown on our farm, so I figured, you know what, I'll have a cheeky little stop off on the way home and go and fill a little, do you like my little panda bag? And go and fill the little panda bag with some wild garlic, which doesn't appear to be in flower yet, but the leaves are out, so that's cool. There it is in all its glory. Very similar to the tri-cornered or 3-cornered leek that we've got on the farm. And I like to just grab a couple of leaves from each plant, just so I'm not decimating one plant. I mean here, because it grows so much, it would be fine to do that. But it's just kind of polite to the plant, polite to anyone else that might come picking. This is the flower in its bulb state here, so that's about to burst into flower. There's even wild garlic growing in the middle of her track. How cool is that? I am back home. There's a beautiful myrtle. I've just unloaded all the chicken feed, and I thought I'd show you what else you can get at a farm store. Who knew? You can get a large saffron cake, so that's for my mommy and my brother. A 3-kilo bag of plain flour. I assume that Mum would want that. She didn't ask for it, but I saw it on the shelf and thought one of us will have it. I've got a handful of more seeds, 2 packets of parsnips and 2 packets of nasturtiums. And I got her a magazine as well, because although she's got lots of gardening to do, she must be getting a little bit bored. She's been locked down for like a month now. So I've got some parsnips to sow, and I'm going to sow them in the beds where we put the potatoes and the onions, because I figure they're going to be in the ground for months and months and months. So I figure it's a good idea just to keep them out of the way. I've just watched Monty Don, a little 2-minute video, I'll link to it below actually, on how to grow parsnips, because I'm not sure I've ever successfully grown them. I have planted them before, but I don't ever remember pulling up a decent crop of parsnips. Johnny absolutely loves parsnips, And obviously they're going to be a really high carbohydrate food. If things do get a little bit tougher in the whole food world, they'll be a really good food to have, and they store underground for months. You don't even have to pull them up until you need them. They're going to be in these beds all summer. Like, we're not going to see sniff of them until like late autumn, early winter. And then they'll last in the ground right the way through until March or April of next year. So really, really useful thing just to stick in the ground, forget about, and then just pick them or dig them up when you want them. So Monty Don suggested planting parsnips with radishes because parsnips have such a long germination time, and especially because this ground is really scrubby, like there's all kind of weeds going to shoot up here. They're really well established. There's a lot of weed roots in here. So he says in the same drill as you put your parsnips, you also plant some radish seeds with them because they germinate really quickly. They'll mark the row so you'll know where to pull weeds up from and where to like leave alone. And then you harvest your radishes, and by that point the parsnips will be up, which I thought was genius. So thanks for that, Monty, because I'm sure you watch these videos. I mean, why wouldn't you? Let's be honest. So I need to prepare this ground first because it is really, like I say, it's really scrappy, and it needs to have a fine tilth, apparently. Just hanging out with Monty gives me all the lingo. So I'm gonna possibly dig a little bit if needs be, but certainly rake this over and get this soil looking a little bit finer. Good tilth, people. We need good tilth. Apparently. I've probably got that totally wrong, but I think that's what he said. Cute little kitty cat or evil serial killer. Take your pick. Will you please kill the thing, Sassy? So I get that cats are predators and they kill stuff. That's fine, that's nature. What I can't handle is when she plays with them when they're injured and half dead. That's unforgivable in my world. So when I see her do that, I go and get the axe and I finish the thing off. You can really go off, cats, when you see that, I tell you. Grr. So this is the old chicken run I'm in here, and this soil is full of worms as well. So that's a really good sign. All right, I reckon that is a tilth that even Monty would give a thumbs up. So I'm going to water this one row. That took me like forever just to do that. I need to also do that row, but I'm hungry and I want my tea. And look, there's some big old weeds in there. So I'm going to water this row now, and then I'm going to sow the seeds in here tomorrow. I think I may as well water that row as well, and hopefully it will start to break down some of those hard, dry clods of dirt. And then tomorrow's job will be to clear that row too. So I'm not sure if this one's slightly dim or she just didn't get the memo. But lady, you're not supposed to be in there. That's why there's a fence. Okay? Come here then. Honestly, you're very naughty. Now you've missed out on all the sweeties, haven't you? No sweeties for naughty chickens. Well, it's too late, they're all gone. Oh, you're gasping for a drink. How long have you been in the rhubarb patch? On a hot day with no water. Silly girl. 6:15. 6:15. I've only just remembered. Crikey. Standards are slipping. So it's been a good day here on the farm. How about for you guys? Have you had a good one? Thank you for all your lovely comments on the videos. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to leave lovely comments. It's really nice and it's much appreciated. And I read every single one and I try and respond to every single one as well. Apologies if I do miss the odd one. So a few of you are getting a little bit inspired to get some chickens. That's exciting. Make sure you come and share photos of your new girls on social media with me. I'm pretty much everywhere as at Hedgecomber on pretty much all the channels. If you wanted to tag me or come and say hi. Okay, what we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But also up here we've had another weird one be laid. So this isn't quite as wobbly as the other thin membraned one I showed you the other day. It's weird, huh? Really strange. And whilst we're talking about shell, obviously they've got their feed, which has got all the nutrients in it that they need to create plenty of eggs. But in that bowl there, that's a mix of grit and oyster shell. The grit is used in their gizzard, kind of like their teeth really. It's used to grind up food inside their gizzard, because obviously they don't have teeth. And the oyster shell is there to provide calcium for egg production. So that'll be perfectly edible. You can see the yolk inside there, I think, huh? Wobbly eggs. Who knew that was even a thing? So on closer inspection, that little thing that Sassy caught was actually a baby rat. So good job, Sassy. Just can you please kill them quickly next time? Thank you. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go and shower and put my feet up. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please whack that thumbs up. And I'll catch up with you in the next one. And don't forget, keep smiling. See ya.